All right, guys, so this is going to be just a quick update. So if you're not aware, this is my 98 Ford Ranger. It is LS swapped. I did have a VS Racing 7875 turbo on it before, and it is has a 4L80 in it. It's four-wheel drive. Four-wheel drive works in the truck using the 4L80 transmission, and I'm doing a triple turbo setup right now in the bed. So a lot of you guys know that, some of you don't. But here's where I'm at so far. I just finished up doing this back section, and this is kind of difficult to get the straight pipe to go into the elbows there. So I ended up using like a piece of construction paper template. I wrapped it around the tubing, cut it out how I needed it, and then traced it onto the tubing and cut it. Used a bench grinder to smooth everything out, and this is kind of where I'm at. So I ended up having to add an extra weld in, because the first time I did this section, it warped, I think, and then I ended up cutting it and re-welding it so it was in the right position. But now it's all welded, and I kind of wanted to make that look similar to this. So I ended up basically, like, this section here was one piece, and then I had the end, and then I added that in there. So basically I was able to use this center section to kind of trim and get everything to fit nicely. So it's all stainless, and it's starting a lot of controversy already. So excited to see how this thing is going to work. I got a lot of plans for it if it doesn't work. And one of the things I'm thinking about doing is adding like a boost actuated valve in there, like a loud valve, kind of like an exhaust cutout. And then when it sees a certain amount of pressure, it would open up to the other one. So basically it would be closed until it sees boost. So you'd spool this one really quick and open up the valve, and then you would start to use the other ones. And you could even do a second valve and stagger them on like a controller if you wanted to. So there's a lot of ideas and theories. And of course, I mean, this is kind of flipping everyone's heads upside down. But if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But that's kind of how I roll, I guess, is we try stuff, and if it doesn't work, we try to figure out how to make it work. Because that's fun to me. And if it doesn't work, I don't care. That's just how things are. So it's taken a long time. That's why you're not seeing very many update videos on it, like quickly, like normal. Normally I would blast this whole thing together with a MIG welder in like 45 minutes. But each of these welds, I timed one of the welds. It took like 10 minutes, but that was on an awkward piece. So each weld has taken me like 7 to 10 minutes, and there's like 25 different welds on just this section right here. So I did the math on it, and there's almost 4 hours of like seat time welding just on this section that you see right here. Probably a little bit more than that. So that's just welding, not including the prep work and trimming and getting everything to fit right and trying to make sure everything is straight. I did get the 3-inch piping that I'm going to be using for the cold side, but this stuff is really nasty. I'm kind of disappointed in this, actually. So I'm going to contact the seller. Technically, they did sell me a 3-inch aluminum tube, but I'm just kind of really unhappy with how disgusting it is. And it's all dented and bent. Here, there's some stuff. I'm not really worried about the dents in it, but it's really, I don't know, dirty, I guess. I could have just bought, for what I paid for this stuff, I could have just bought like a 3-inch intercooler kit. And it would have been, nice and shiny and clean. But I didn't want the bends, because I'm basically going to be going down here and then forward, so I didn't want to deal with all the bends that come in a normal intercooler kit. I just wanted some straight stuff, and then I can do pie cuts and whatever, but maybe that was a bad idea. So you live and learn, I guess. But that's what it looks like. So these are the VS Racing GTX 3071s. So each one is, I guess, good for like 400 horsepower or whatever. I'm not going to obviously do that, but should be able to get it to work. They're the 0.64 AR back housings, so they're pretty small. I mean, they're really tiny, so they should be able to spool pretty quickly. We'll see. I guess they're designed for like small 4-cylinder engines, stuff like that. So 3 of them on a 6-liter. We'll see how it does. Yeah, there's the lag and whatever being rear mounted and shit. So I guess that's what we'll see. I mean, it's just a fun build. See how it works. And see what doesn't work. Stay tuned.